What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. And live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. Welcome in, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here on this Thirsty Thursday. Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. Today is going to be an amazing day. On the show rundown for today's live broadcast, we're going to have a conversation on the daily news because there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. Then we're going to have a conversation on what is the appropriate clocking in and clocking out of work etiquette. And then we're going to have the amazing, you don't understand, the amazing Joe Denver in the house today. Now, you may be asking, why am I saying the amazing like that? Because Joe Denver is the owner, publisher, and president of AllAccess.com. And he's going to join me live to discuss the legacy of AllAccess.com, why AllAccess.com had to unfortunately shut down, if there's a way to save AllAccess.com, what he sees for the future of radio and advertising, what's next for him, and more. Now, if you don't know what AllAccess.com is, I need you to listen very, very, very clear. Listen very well. So I'm going to be very, very clear for you. AllAccess.com was, and in my opinion, is still the leader in radio and music industry news, providing up-to-the-minute breaking news and columns daily. AllAccess.com is and was a pillar in the radio and music industry. I am so happy to have you all live on air. I need you guys to pay attention to that interview because we're going to have such an amazing interview with Joe Denver. Hey, shout out to everybody who's listening in their radio car right now. I said the radio car. Shout out to everybody who's in their car listening to the radio right now. My head got so jumbled. If you're out in Vegas, you're listening in your car. And shout out to everybody who's on the live YouTube stream right now. I see you, Kara. I see you, Alicia Starr, Angela Jordan, Miss Dupart, and Jay Gotti. I'm gonna give y'all the bell. Welcome in. All right, let's get into this daily news because there's a lot to go over. All right, so this is such a sad story, yet such a good story at the same time, and I want to shed a light on this. A Florida teenager is speaking out after he rescued an abandoned baby who was strapped into a car and left on the pavement while it was extremely hot outside. According to WSVN, 16-year-old Jamichael Young discovered the 21-month-old outside on Sunday. Authorities announced that a woman's car was stolen, and the people who took her car dropped the baby off on the side of the road, y'all. Once Young noticed the baby sitting in his car seat as he walked outside of his home, he quickly contacted the authorities. While speaking with the news outlet, Young said, "I just walked out of the house and then I saw a baby in the road. We changed his diaper because it was wet. Then we got him some juice and stuff," end quote, he said. Young then posted the baby on social media, and the mother came across the post and quickly came to pick the child up. When she came here, he was crying. He was out here for a long time, Young said. The teenager also shared that he believes it was nothing but God that led him to the baby. If it wasn't for God, he said, I wouldn't have been here. God was the one that made me come outside. God did it, Young said. Take a listen to this news report.
They left the baby out, and we don't know who this is.
A 21-month-old baby boy left outside on a scorching hot Sunday. The Broward Sheriff's Office says by someone who'd just stolen a car. Thankfully, just a few minutes later, 16-year-old Jamichael Young found the child.
I just walked out the house, and then I saw a baby in the road.
Jamichael called 911. He and his family immediately making sure the little boy was okay.
Like, we changed his diaper because it was wet, and then we got us some juice and stuff.
Someone else in the family started posting pictures on social media. Soon after, the boy's mother was there to pick up the child.
As she came here, she was crying. They was out here for a long time.
BSO says the little boy was inside a car that was stolen just a few blocks from here. They believe whoever stole the car then dropped the baby off, car seat and all, with temperatures well into the 90s.
He could die from heat, hydration. It's too hot out here. I'm already sweating right now.
Jamichael believes God guided him to help the child.
If it wasn't for God, I'd never been here. God was to make me want to come outside. God did.
And saved the baby's life, probably.
Yeah, it was God.
His dad said he raised the teenager to always do the right thing, and he's not surprised to see it happen.
He came to me and he said, Dad, I think I did something good today. I say, I think so too. If all of us could be loving to each other, it would be a beautiful world.
He's not wrong at all. If we could all look out for each other, we would live in a beautiful world. Shout out to Jamichael Young. Shout out to him. What a beautiful blessing he was to that baby boy. Shout out to that young sir out there in Florida. See, that's some good Florida news. I mean, technically bad Florida news because obviously the woman was hijacked and the baby was out on the road, but good Florida news because he was able to save a life. All right, let's get into this last news before we go to break. This is shocking the world right now. Very much pop culture news, very much entertainment news, and I got to tell you all about it. According to TMZ, Britney Spears and her husband, Sam Asghari, are split up and allegedly getting a divorce due to Sam accusing Britney Spears of cheating. What? The Britney Spears? The one who was showing her panty? If you guys don't know that Ice Spice song, you missed out on the reference. Anyway, a source close to the couple told TMZ that Sam moved out of their house a few weeks ago because the two had a huge fight about Britney allegedly stepping out on him. Now, Sam is out of the house and in his own apartment. This comes after multiple reports of the couple's troublesome last couple of months in their relationship, from screaming matches to physical altercations, allegedly. Quote, it's only a matter of time before Sam files for divorce, the source close to the couples told TMZ. The couple just recently celebrated their 1-year anniversary in June. Take a listen to what Brad from TMZ had to say about this story.
As Brad at TMZ, we just broke a huge story on the website, big time celebrity breakup news, as Britney Spears and her husband Sam Asghari have split and we're told they're headed for divorce. Now, what we know so far is Sam moved out about a week ago after the two had a blowout fight. He alleged that she had been cheating on him, though we don't know the accuracy of those allegations yet, but it was enough for Sam to believe, causing for him to leave. And like I said, we're told divorce is the next step. Now, we've kind of seen this as a rocky relationship over the last few months. He hadn't been staying at the house a whole lot. They were getting in fights so bad that sometimes security would have to step in. But this obviously has been the final straw. Now, as far as their marriage goes, there is a solid prenup in place, so Britney's assets will be protected. But you have to imagine that there will be some sort of settlement or some sort of financial check paid to Sam when this is all said and done, if the divorce does go through. Now, be sure to stay tuned here, and we kind of want to know at the bottom if you think that this thing has any chance of getting back on track or if they're split for good.
I'm not going to tell you what somebody close to me said, but somebody close to me said that he deserves it because he had to do it 14 months with Britney. Would y'all date Britney? Would y'all date Britney for the money or would y'all date Britney for the love? I mean, Britney is out here showing her panty. Now, they are also speculating that Plies is one of the reasons that they broke up. Now, this is just speculation. This is just alleged. I don't know if you guys know who Plies is, but he is a rapper from Florida, and he is obsessed with Britney Spears. He's been making reaction videos to her dancing and saying that he's in love with her and that he loves her short little panty that is right above the line and more. And his videos have definitely gone viral and given Britney Spears a lot of attention. Like Alicia Starr said, Plies be on Britney's ASS. And so they're speculating that it's all his fault. Plies is hilarious. Now, would you date Britney Spears for the money? Would you stay with Britney Spears for the settlement? What would you do? Hey, let me know in the comments. We're going to take a quick break because this is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. Hey, Britney Spears, holla at your boy. Jaime Dee, the live morning radio personality here at KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM, is single and ready to mingle. Wink, wink. So, I mean, hey, Britney Spears, if you want to give me. All right, y'all, we're going to go to a break. I don't hear the music, but we're going to go to the break anyway. DC's playing more of the video. So we're going to take a quick break. Y'all have a great time until I get back, all right? Stay there.
Right?
Oh, dude, it would never work. And that's why I continue to make this marriage work.
for your career.
No, look, I'm one of those weird guys. I rather be with my wife. I enjoy.
Hungry for best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Hi, this is Nathan from the Drip Bar. The Drip Bar is an IV vitamin therapy center. We help people achieve optimal health through vitamins, minerals, and amino acid infusions. We are located 2 doors west of the Palms at 4579 West Flamingo Road. Call us at 702-846-0851 or make an appointment at www.ivlasvegas.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. Hey, if you're just now tuning in, I already went over the daily news, and we had a conversation about Britney Spears. Would y'all date Britney Spears? Because people going in on the comments. Somebody said, yes, I'm in it for the long run. Yes. Somebody else said he believed, which is obviously Sam, her now separated husband. Apparently he believed the allegations over his wife and packed it up. He just wanted her money because it's only been a year. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. The conservatorship is over. Let's call a spade a spade. But all right, y'all, let's talk about the Drip Bar Las Vegas. The Drip Bar Las Vegas, located on 4579 West Flamingo Road. Again, the Drip Bar Las Vegas, located on 4579 West Flamingo Road, has so much to offer. They have IV vitamin therapies. They have sauna therapy. They have quick shots. When I was live on the air last Friday, talking live from the Drip Bar Las Vegas, I got the Shield. The Shield includes vitamin C, magnesium, B12, B-complex, and zinc. The description on the Shield says, your immune system is your shield against infections and illness. Keeping your immune system working properly is the key to diminishing the risk of infections. Y'all, it is flu season. Make sure you get your IV vitamin therapies. But guess what? They also have a deal right now. They have the I Am Tri Immune, which is an immune support shot. This decreases oxidative stress. It naturally boosts immune systems. It has a holistic repair of body tissues and maintains healthy immune responses. Now, this I Am Tri Immune support shot literally has vitamin C, glutamine, and zinc in it. This is your way to boost your immunity and fight the flu for just $20. Again, I Am Tri Immune, the immune support shot. When you go to the Drip Bar Las Vegas, located at 4579 West Flamingo Road, and you say the Jaime Dee Show, you get a special 15% off. And when I'm there Friday, August 25th, You get a total of 30% off when you come and get some services while I'm live on air, straight from the Drip Bar Las Vegas. So make sure to check them out. They are amazing. All right, let's get into this segment because I gotta talk to y'all about this. Y'all, so there's a female police officer who's going viral for lying about where she is when she's clocking into work. Now, I don't care what any of y'all have to say. I know so many people out there clocking in and clocking out where they're not supposed to. Out here cheating the system. Milking the clock, if you will. Does it make it right? No. But child, this police officer takes the cake on this one. This situation brings up the question, now be honest, when do you clock in and out of work? Call in at 702-221-7283 to get in on this conversation. Again, 702-221-7283, or keep commenting live on the YouTube. Yes, Naturally Radiant says clocking in. What's that? Y'all take a listen to this audio.
I'm on lunch break.
Your lunch break ended 2 minutes ago. Can I sit right
Wow,
here?
2 minutes. I came in here 2 minutes late.
All right,
I really don't want you to sit here, but since you sit down, go ahead.
Okay, well, it's a quick conversation, something informal. I don't need anything, crazy out of here. So I just wanted to let you know, how do you clock in? Do you clock in on your computer, on your phone, or do you clock in when you get to the station in the morning?
What the policy say on the computer, so what's the problem?
Okay, so I'm asking you, where do you clock in?
If the policy say computer, I'm going to tell you computer.
You're going to tell me computer, or are you going to tell me where you actually clock in? Because the last... Let me pull it up on this thing. So the last 10 clock-ins show that you're clocking on your phone.
How many?
10.
Okay.
So the last 10 clock-ins, the punch-ins, they've been showing that they've been through the phone app.
I probably was in the parking lot.
Okay, well, I knew you were going to say something like that, so I went ahead and I pulled up the cameras for the past 10 shifts.
And I'm going to sue you. If you watching me on the camera for no reason, that's a problem.
That's not for no reason.
That's harassment at job.
Whenever you first applied here, and if let me just reiterate your memory. When you first had this interview here,
my doggone lunch break.
Your lunch was done 2 minutes ago. Whenever we sat down on that interview, do you recall we mentioned you are going to be working under close surveillance, and if that's something that you were uncomfortable with, this is not the job for you.
I've been working for y'all 5 years. Do you think I remember anything that I told y'all?
Well, I'm not violating anything by doing that. I was just making sure that this is all up to date and clearly.
So where was I when I clocked in? Where you seen me at?
I'm not sure, but I don't feel like pulling your AVL location either. So I'm just, again, I am not trying to make this a big deal, Brown. I'm not trying to make this a big deal.
So what you want me to do? Go on and tell me so I can do it.
I'm just trying to bring this to your attention. I need you to stop clocking in on your phone when you're not physically at the station at 5:53. Okay. You need to be physically at the station, pulling in. Sure, you can clock in on your phone if that's what you have to do to get your clock in on time. But if I pull that surveillance, you need to be in that parking lot.
So let me ask you this. When y'all wake me up out my bed, and I get up, I start washing, cleaning my face, putting on my clothes. I'm working in, so I be clocking in.
That's not part of this contract. 5:53, you need to be at the station in the back. Clock in.
If it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't be getting up. So soon as I wake up, I clock in.
That's all I'm asking. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this a big deal, Brown.
Okay,
this could be a lot bigger of a deal. But again, I try to look out for my employees, and I am trying to come to you before I bring this to anybody's attention.
Next time,
we could squash it now. I'm just
letting
you know.
It's squashed.
It's squashed.
Okay, go on so I can finish. Can I finish eating?
Your lunch break is over, but you can finish whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
No problem.
Dang, can't eat in peace.
Y'all, oh no, she didn't. There's so much that just went on in this video. First of all, Little Miss Attitude. I was with you when you was right at first, and now I'm not with you because you're wrong, child. Little Miss Attitude. You really thought you were going to get away with that. You knew you were not supposed to be clocking in at home. And you weren't even at work. Come on. I want to support you so bad. But first of all, you had an attitude when your supervisor came to talk to you. Come on, let's show some respect to our supervisors. Let's show some respect. Come on now. Then you was already late punching back in before she even came to you. On top of that, she said you're supposed to clock in on the computer. That's what the policy says. When she asked you how you're clocking in, you said, I'm going to say the computer. But then later said you've been clocking in on your phone. I'm with you when you're right, but I'm not with you when you're wrong. See, Gigi on YouTube says, well, they woke her up, so technically she was at work, LMAO. No, Gigi, no. We can't support this foolishness. I want to be with you when you're right. I really do. On top of that, shout out to the manager. She was so well poised. So well poised. She didn't have an attitude. She wasn't mean. She wasn't trying to go in on her. And to be honest, a lot of people are saying fire her, fire her, fire her in the comments because her responses to her supervisor were completely unnecessary. And I gotta say it was. When I saw this video, I was like, no, this girl didn't think that if she posted this live on her TikTok, that we would be on her side. Ma'am, I love everybody. I support everybody for real, but I can't support you when you're wrong. I just can't. You know you did too much. You know you did absolutely too much. You clocking in, you're milking the clock, you're getting extra money when you shouldn't, you don't deserve it. But hey, shout out to the police force because they do have a very hard job. I understand how stressful it could be to be in the police force. So, friend, you got to do better. All right, now I got to tell y'all this. I got to. So, before we move on to our next segment, I swore this situation was real, y'all. But apparently it's a skit. Man, when I saw this video, I was completely flabbergasted. I just knew there was no way this girl knew she was wrong and still posted this video recording, hoping we'd be on her side. I had to do some investigation work. I don't have a master's in broadcast journalism for nothing. So I went to her page and realized she does skits with these people all the time. She definitely had a lot of people fooled. Can't believe it. Miss Lupar says, I clock in and then park my car. Hey, shout out to y'all. Y'all better go ahead and make sure y'all get y'all money. All right, we're going to move on to the best part of the day. We're going to have Joel Denver in the house. I'm super excited. I'm so excited to have the owner, president, and publisher of allaccess.com join me live on air. So make sure to stick around. Make sure to call in and make sure to keep commenting live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll be right back with Joel Denver. Stay tuned.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Hi, this is Nathan from the Drip Bar. The Drip Bar is an IV vitamin therapy center. We help people achieve optimal health through vitamins, minerals, and amino acid infusions. We are located 2 doors west of the Palms at 4579 West Flamingo Road. Call us at 702-846-0851 or make an appointment at www.ivlasvegas.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. A real live morning radio show. Welcome in. Hey, if you're just now tuning in, I already went over the daily news. We had a conversation on the appropriate clocking in and clocking out of work etiquette. And we are here. We are here. I'm going to say it one more time. We are here at the very best part of the show. I'm so excited, y'all. We have Joel Denver, who is the owner, publisher, and president of allaccess.com, who is about to join me live to discuss the legacy of All Access, why All Access had to unfortunately shut down, if there's a way to save all access, what he sees for the future of radio and advertising, what's next for him, and more. So without further ado, let's welcome in Joe Denver. Woo!
Thank you, Jamie.
My pleasure. How are you today?
I'm good, my man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Joe, this is an absolute honor to have you on my live morning radio show. You have no clue how excited I am to have you here today.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you inviting me here, and this is going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say and what I can add to the conversation for you.
My pleasure, Joe. I just had to. When I saw that news, I was like, there's no way I cannot have this real live conversation with Joe. All right, Joe, before we get into the interview, I want to have a conversation about you. Let's get a little bit of your background. Joel, where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina originally, High Point, North Carolina. And then I grew up in the DC, Maryland, area, outside of in the Silver Spring, Maryland, Wheaton, Maryland area from about the age of about 6 years old on up. So that's that's the early years.
Hold on really quick. I think there's a little echo on Joel's side. Let's make sure we can get that echo out. Are you hearing that? All right, Joe, give us 1 second. It's actually, you can cancel out his echo in the audio settings. So let's try to cancel out his echo out. But Joe, okay, so you said that you are from North Carolina. First of all, I did go to NC State for a summer semester, so go Wolfpack. I also got my master's in broadcast journalism from the University of Maryland. So go ahead, DMV. We got connections there.
I did one quarter there. I did
one semester. Hey, we're still going to claim you. We're still going to claim you.
That's all right.
So talk to us about your process in your career. How did you become the Joe Denver you are today?
I was just rabbiting the radio, and I got my first job at WINX in Maryland at age 15. And then I went over to WPGC, and then I went over to W101 in Norfolk, and then I went to WAYS in Charlotte, and I got a big break in Philadelphia.
Okay.
The legendary WFIL, I became music director there, and then I went on to be a program director. And then, did Miami, Miami. Actually, it was called 96X, and then I went to KCBQ in San Diego, KSQ in St. Louis, and then I finished out my radio career at D110 Baltimore, launched that radio station. So.
Okay. Joe, you are a mogul in this industry. Obviously, you did the thing, and you're obviously going to continue to do the thing. Joe, what was your favorite job throughout your entire career? And you can't count All Access.
Okay. I really enjoyed being a DJ. I loved my time with WFIL. It was a lot of fun. It was a formative time for me. I got to know a lot of people got to know me. That was really helpful. And then, at the end of the day, I loved my time at R&R. That was where I learned, how to get people to pay attention to what the written word was, how to, drive news, how to make things interesting. I learned really how to write there. I was always a decent writer, but I honed my writing skills there too. I had a lot of help and great editorial support. So I was the sponge. I just soaked it all up. So
okay, that's amazing. Look, you have a resume, which is amazing. Go you. I'm proud of everything that you have achieved and what you're going to continue to achieve in your lifespan, because Joe, you are still here. Now, Joe, you said that your favorite part was being a DJ, and obviously you have such a well-rounded resume to where you were able to come up with allaccess.com. How did you even just get the thought of, let me make this business?
Well, I'd had a computer, a personal computer since 1981. Oh, wow. And I really, became hooked on it. I had a wonderful time with it. I had, and I started watching what was happening out there. And it was a thing at the time at AOL, the Music Message Center.
Right.
And so I went, well, this is kind of cool. People are talking in real time. And I saw all the interactivity, and I went, this is where the future is. And, when I was at R&R, we tried to get to do some online things. And it was really a lot more primitive back then. And instead of using things like Netscape and other things that were existing platforms, R&R was pretty invested in the idea of creating their own platform, completely, from the ground up. And there was just a lot of pitfalls to it. So there was a lot of trial and error at it. And I finally saw where the future was. And I did not think I was part of R&R's future any longer, and I just made an exit and
Right.
started All Access. Took a
Right.
chance, and thank God we were right. So
Yes, congratulations. Now, Joel, allaccess.com, and I'm gonna let you really hone into what allaccess.com is, but I gotta give you your props because allaccess.com really is the leader in radio and music industry news. You guys provide literally up to the minute breaking news and columns daily. You guys have the jobs board, which is my personal favorite. You guys have literally the musical downloads and more. You keep everybody centered in radio and music. Talk to us about what is allaccess.com through your eyes.
through my eyes, it was a one stop of information. It was a portal for music. It was just a portal for all things that were related to the radio and music business. And we were able to hire absolutely terrific people that were in charge of their format areas. And formats are really more like communities, and so we always used to look at it that way. And no community was as similar to the other community as this community is that community. So we always took into account the specific needs of each community and what they needed for music news, what they needed for information. And we really tried to make the site broad so it appealed to a lot of people, but at the same time too kept specific personal and formatic and community needs at the forefront. So no two formats run the same way.
Right.
And that's based on history, it's based on needs, and we were able to hire absolutely terrific people to run each of these format sections.
That is outstanding. Joe, you have such an amazing platform. And I told you before that allaccess.com really is and was a pillar of hope, exposure, and success for so many. I remember when I found out about your website about 2 years ago. By the way, I'm flabbergasted that your platform has been out for 28 years. And I'm just now finding out 2 years ago. You know how helpful your site and your platform could have been for me when I was graduating from undergrad. But when
it was there. Some people found it and some people didn't. Thankfully, most people found it. I was happy about that.
Listen, and Joe, I was so upset. Okay, so when I found it, I literally found allaccess.com when I was graduating from the University of Maryland with the master's in broadcast journalism, and I was having such a hard time. And again, like I told you, the job board is my personal favorite, and I was having such a hard time trying to find a job because, as you know, going through the big conglomerates like iHeart Media, Cumulus Media, Cox Media Group, and more, it's like you just shoot your shot and you just hope that maybe somebody somewhere will see you.
Right.
But then you have allaccess.com where real people are posting on the job board saying, hey, we want this on-air personality. Hey, we want this program director. Hey, we want this music director. Here is our personal email. Contact us. Joe, when I tell you I found this job board and I called my best friend and I literally cried like, there is hope. There's a way I can actually get a hold of somebody. And I actually was able to find success because of your job board. Actually, Joe, I wouldn't have this position where I am right now if it wasn't for allaccess.com.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. I have to tell you, I really feel that we, first of all, we had planned to shut down, but we're still active. We still have a slim down site up there, and we have format sections, we have all access downloads, we have media base, we have chart metric, we have ratings, we have jobs, the industry directory, video columns, and charts. So we've taken what we could afford to present because a lot of this that we get is either user driven or it's API driven, so it's a data feed. Those are the things that we are able to do with very little cost,
right,
and still be of service to the industry. The problem just came down to it. We had our best year in 5 last year, and changes happen in the music business. When the music business is 60+% of your dollars,
right?
And they decide that they're going to it wasn't aimed at us, but it was just they decided they were going to spend less money in promoting radio stations, and because we were part of that budgetary process, we got we took a pretty healthy haircut,
right?
And we thought about, well, what can we do to remodel the staff? And Kim, my wife, and our director of finance, and we must have run 12 different models, but they always included keeping everyone. Because I felt like if we let 3 people go at some point because they were revenue drivers, eventually we would have to let other people go, and it would have just been a just constant like death by 1,000 cuts kind of a thing. So we decided that we were going to close the site, and then the outpouring of response from clients and partners and radio and the music industry was huge. And they said, can you find a way to keep the jobs board? Can you keep downloads? Can you keep media base? I mean, so what we basically did, we listened to our listeners, which is what successful radio does. We listened to the people who used us, and this is what they told us they wanted. And we found a way financially to continue to make it happen.
So Joe, I'm so glad you beat me there, because that was my next question. I was going to say, I saw so many different headlines of allaccess.com shutting down, allaccess.com closure. We're sad to see allaccess.com leave. But then when I went on your website on Tuesday, I did see a Facebook post where you said, hey, there will be a modified version of the website. So beat me to it. And I'm glad to know that allaccess.com isn't officially shutting down. We're breaking that right here because I haven't seen that yet anywhere else, because I haven't seen anybody else report that. But we're saying right now, allaccess.com is not shutting down, which is great. They're still in operation and there's still hope. So let's talk about that hope, Joe. What is the hope that we can get you guys back in full running?
Well, I mean, that would just take a major influx of business, and frankly, I mean, I've got this thing scaled to where it's drivable and usable and affordable, and I'm just happy that we announced this on the 14th of July, and we've come quite a full circle, from that point of saying, okay, we're shutting down and letting the staff go, to saving some of the easier to present parts of the site. So it's still of service, and our traffic is still, I was checking this morning, it's still rocking. So I'm really happy about that.
Still very user-friendly.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's like we're very happy that we've been able to do this far. And as to any predictions for the future, I mean, I wouldn't even go farther than what I'm saying right now as to what we could or can't do. It's an unknown. I mean, I never pictured that there was a day that I would say, geez, we're going to have to shut this thing down, or we would have to trim this thing down, because we were on such a great roll and we had such a robust audience. But it's when a huge sector of your income makes real hard, fast changes, then it's really, really, really important that you have to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just no other way to do it but to at first shut it down, because we could not figure out a way to go, and then the input of our audience told us what to do. So we were smart to watch and listen, and we sure appreciate all the love we got from so many people out there telling us, please keep these features for us. Is there any way you can do that? And we thankfully were able to do it. So
listen, Joe, let me give you this bell ring, because it is such an honor to hear this live on my show today, because I was so sad. Literally, I was talking to my general station manager and I was almost teary-eyed, because I was telling him, well, he knew because he obviously posted the job board, but we wouldn't be here if we didn't have allaccess.com. So shout out to you. Shout out to being able to kind of keep allaccess.com still moving through these times. And I'm sending you lots of love, prayer, and blessings.
Thank you.
Get everything you need, because you are a pillar in the industry. We wouldn't be where we are in the industry if it wasn't for allaccess.com and AKA Joe Denver and your amazing staff. You said you had over 25, or it was exactly 25 employees.
Yeah.
Okay, it was exactly
we have 25 employees, and now we're down to 5. So.
Okay, so Joe, as you know, you are a man of many talents and many titles. So am I. Jaime Dee, the radio personality, as well as the social media guru and the person who comments live on our YouTube right now. I'm doing a lot of things at once while keeping this interview going. And Tracy, the Way Up CEO Holloway, wants to ask, is there any possibility of a buyout?
Of a what?
Of a buyout. Like if somebody else coming in giving you a large sum of money saying, hey, I want to buy out All Access and take it over.
Listen, if somebody had an idea for that, I'd be absolutely foolish not to listen.
But would you be willing to give up your ownership, or would you still want to be partners?
I don't know. Those are really hard questions to answer. I mean, without some specifics of a conversation, you're not wrong. It's really hard to forecast that. I mean, I love All Access. It's been my professional life, for almost 3 decades. So it was really hard and tough decision to decide to do that in the first place. And if somebody were to come along and say, hey, listen, let's see what we can do to team up together or work together, I'd have to listen to what they had to say. But, it's hard to say what I would do, it would depend upon the conversation.
Right. Well, Joe, you never know the possibilities.
Exactly.
And so we know that there is hope for allaccess.com to be back and fully running. Let's talk about what made you all even decide to shut down, but then not shut down. It was radio and advertising.
Yeah, it was the music community, radio, and our partners and advertisers were they just basically said, can we do this? Can we do this? Can you keep this alive? Is there any way you can do this? We depend on this so much. And the only major part of the site we didn't keep alive was net news, because that just requires a lot of people to do it. And one of the reasons we had so much success as being the leading news organization in our industries was because we had format specialists. We had Sam Weaver in urban, and we had Tom Cunningham in hot AC, and we had Sean Alexander in alternative, and Ken Anthony in rock, and Lynn doing AAA, and on and on and on and on and on like that. We had a staff down in Nashville to cover country and Christian, and we had Perry Simon, who just did a remarkable job for us, running the news department and handling news, talk, sports, and podcasting. So we all of these people, they really brought a lot to the team and to our information, pool each day. And without those kinds of people, I don't think we could do anywhere near as good a job. And it's kind of like, I don't want to be the aging rock star who shouldn't have booked that last tour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, so I figured, if we can't do something well, then we need to take ourselves out of that arena. And that's what we did.
Right. It makes sense. Well, let's talk about that then. What do you see for the future of radio and advertising?
Well, that's I'm pretty opinionated on that. I think radio.
Let's talk about it.
They need to make some serious changes. The first thing that I've been a critic of is Nielsen and PPM. I don't think it does radio justice. I think the
really
sample. Yeah, I don't think the samples are good.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
When you're in New York City and you have 2,800 meters covering 13 million people, do you think that's a great sample? I don't.
Okay.
In Los Angeles, 11 million people, 2,400 meters. No, that's not good. I mean, what happens is, if you do well in the ratings, it's because you caught a couple of meters with some large listening. I mean, average radio station, carries 14 meters a day, in these large markets, and less in smaller markets. So if you get lucky and catch a meter where they love you, you're gonna go rocket up to the top. But if not, and there's that, and it's like, I really think that radio needs to focus on its top end advertisers, because you could run less commercials, you could give your advertisers better share of ear. But I mean, selling spots for $5 just to fill up a commercial pod is like, that doesn't help. It does not help. There's not a big difference to the bottom line. And all it does do is chase listeners off. I mean, they've got choices now. Radio used to be so convenient to listen to. Nobody could do anything about the commercial load, unless the guy across the street decided to run some commercial-free hours. Well, there you go. But the point is, now all you have to do is use your phone.
Facts.
Get in a car. Many of the late model cars have got streaming built right into the dashboards. You know what I'm saying? Right into the display, and it doesn't take anything to punch up, Sirius, or punch up Pandora or Spotify or Amazon Music. I mean, it's all there at your fingertips without commercials, and you have more control over what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear.
Yeah,
you can't do that with radio. So, as I say, I love radio. I'm still bullish on radio, but radio needs to fix some things, and these are things that some of these problems are self-inflicted.
You're not wrong. Well, let's talk about the advertising. Before you speak, I want to say this: this is my first time ever in a live morning radio show position, and I didn't realize until I got here how important advertisers are. I didn't realize how they keep your show and the station running.
That's right.
As somebody, again, I have a master's in broadcast journalism. I'm a social media guru. I've done marketing. I've done sales. But this in the radio sector is a whole different beast. And it's like, when I'm trying to tell people like, hey, I need advertisers because, again, this is a dream come true. And, I don't want to beg, but I'm low-key begging because I need you to stay on the air. It's like they don't get it because they don't see the power that we still have in radio to advertise. Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, it's not sexy. It's like, perception's reality, and that's their reality. It's not sexy anymore. The average age of a top 40 listener used to be, 18 to 24. And now it's a 35-year-old female. that's not cutting edge. And that, and the record companies, have moved away from radio because they're not breaking records anymore. They're not a huge part of the music discovery process. It all happens online at TikTok and all the other DSPs. And then radio, which is now has very, very limited slots for new music. They take their time, playing these things. I still think radio is an incredibly valuable piece of the success arc of an artist for songs and for a career. But people fish where the fish are, and there's more fish over the DSPs. If you look at the numbers of users they have versus the numbers of users of radio still beats them. But the problem is it's the younger demographics that are missing, and it's the younger demographics that find, discover, and drive new music.
Okay, so Joe, what do we do? Because we know that right now podcasting is the thing. That's even let's call a spade, beating out radio. But the radio is now starting to evolve, and now we have things like this, where my live morning radio show is also live video streaming on YouTube.
Right.
So it's still covering that podcast sector. How do we compete in this new world of advertising?
Well, I mean, the truth is the barrier to entry to launch a podcast is next to nothing. It's like, you can do it right on a computer, get a microphone, get a pair of headphones. You can
say whatever.
Launch it right there. It's so simple. The financial barrier to entry is low. There's only a small fistful or two fistfuls of podcasts that are making huge bucks out there. They have massive audiences. The advertisers feel them. They feel that their content is super important. But meanwhile, you've got millions of podcasts out there. I mean, literally millions of podcasts. Everybody with a great ideas is out there with a podcast, which is absolutely great. But how do you break through? How do you break through all of these other listening opportunities and these listening destinations? You really better have some exciting content. And like, Joe Rogan, he's number one every week.
Right.
Every week. I don't necessarily like his content, but I mean, he's, he hits the yes button with a lot of people.
Right. You're not wrong. Yeah, Joe, let me tell you, I'm so grateful to be in this position, but it is a challenge to get people to believe in you, to get people to want to listen to you, to get people to want to stay around, and to get people to want to put money into your career, your passion. I tell you,
that's exactly what you're talking about here. It's, and it's like when you're selling, when your sales manager or general manager goes out and closes a deal, he's selling the overall concept of your station. If they decide, I want to be on the Jaime Dee show, well, then they're selling your passion, your particular passion. But it's like, it's a tough putt right now. It really is a tough putt. It's kind of sad, but it's just, that's the reality. So
yeah, it is. And you know what, like I said, I'm sending you the most energy you can ever receive to get exactly what you need for you and your business, because you deserve that, Joel. I'm so proud of you. My pleasure. And I'm so thankful to still have you here, not even just in the presence like you, but also have you and your expertise and your career as well here on Earth. Joe, talk to us about what is next for you in your career journey.
I'm continuing to talk to radio stations and promoting music. I'm doing that. I'm still running All Access. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm exploring my voiceover career too. So
okay, yeah. Joe, you do have an amazing voice. I can see
Thank you. Thank you.
I can see it. My pleasure. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm just having some fun. I'm enjoying life, and I'm blessed with a wonderful family, and they're incredibly supportive, and I'm really blessed with a lot of friends in the business, and they've been incredibly supportive of our new efforts here, and I'm just I couldn't be happier really at this point. I mean, it's all turned out, what was really a very, very tough thing to do. It's turned out to be a very it's still sad to see those our staff not with us, because I miss those folks. I miss them. I'm working with these majority of those folks I've worked with for better than 2 decades. That's a long time to all of a sudden not be working with people.
Right.
It really is. So
right.
That's the hardest part of this whole thing.
Right. Well, Joe, it will all work out for you. One final question. What can we do as a community to help support you in allaccess.com?
Just continue to use the site. Just go to allaccess.com, check out the features. Hopefully you'll find stuff up there that will bring you back each day, and or several times a day. There's a lot of great columns and things up there that we've written in the past that are there in archive form that you can go listen, that you can check out. And The industry directory is like a yellow pages up there, and we've got Mediabase, which is updated constantly with chart positions for music, and there's Chartmetric, which has a lot of amazing data on the social media value of artists and who they're strong with, and regionally where they're strong. It's just it's a wealth of knowledge, and of course the downloads. If you're running a radio station, you need to get a hold of a great record. We're the place to come to, and all the labels seem to know that, so they continue to send their music out with us. So we're very, very blessed about that.
Well, Joe, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm proud of you. I'm rooting for you. My pleasure. You have my absolute support. Again, you are the reason I'm in this position. Listen, whether you believe it or not, I would have never gotten this job if it wasn't for you. So shout out to you, Joe Denver. Obviously, shout out to my amazing general manager, Mark Hayes, because he believes in me. He gave me the role. But you got me here, Joe. So thank you. Hey, I know we are live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. And a lot of people are starting to ask questions in the comments. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Joe, before we let you go, let our supporters know how they can find you so they can talk to you, support you, and keep the dream alive.
Sure. Allaccess.com. That's the place to go. That's the place to visit the site. And you can reach me via email at jdenver@allaccess.com. That's jdenver@allaccess.com.
Yes, y'all. That's ALLACCESS.com. And I gotta shout you out because you forgot, but I got you, Joel. He's also on social media at Joel Denver.
Yes, there you go.
That's J.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. So
yes.
On Instagram. So you can find me.
Make sure to support this guy, y'all. Again, Joe, thank you so much for coming on to the Jaime Dee Show.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
I would love to have you back on. You have a great rest of your day. You keep shining and you keep being a blessing to others because you were definitely a blessing to me. I will continue to stay in touch with you, okay?
Thank you, Jamie. I look forward to it.
All righty. Have a good day, Joe.
Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.
All right. Here's the bell for you, man. See ya.
See ya.
All right, guys, that was Joe Denver live on the Jaime Dee Show, which is live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST every Monday through Friday. Don't forget that. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for commenting live on the Jaime Dee Show YouTube video live stream. That means a lot. So sorry I wasn't able to get to all the questions, but unfortunately, we ran out of time. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep supporting me. Donate to the show if you're able to, or advertise with the show if you want to promote your business. I love you all so much. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. It's been the Jaime Dee Show. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jamiedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.